I write because otherwise I'd have to get a proper job, and because I'm really interested in people, and writing, I think, helps me make sense of people, and also because I just really enjoy finding out what happens next in the story. My 3 Desert Island DVDs, why can I only have 3? That's not fair. I would probably take A Very British Coup, the serial from Channel 4 in the 80s. I would take A Very Peculiar Practice by Andrew Davis, which is one of the greatest television serials ever produced. And for my 3rd, I might take Our Friends in the North. I have lots of ideas just tucked away in a document in case I don't know what to write. So sometimes if I've hit a wall on one project, maybe I'll just tinker around with another one, maybe that isn't greenlit or is just something, a passion project or a play if I'm doing TV. So I try and just mix it up so that I try not to get blocked. And the other thing I do is I try and storyline on whiteboards, so that often if you write the story up in front of you, particularly if you're blocked on a story point, if you write the story up in front of you, somehow seeing it and then seeing where it might go next, the kind of the gap, sometimes you just go, oh wait, actually that scene that's there should be 3 scenes earlier, and then that should be later. And so sometimes just looking at the basic lines can help you move forward, because you think it's not where you've stopped at, it's a mistake you've made 3 scenes earlier or something. I think one of my favourite TV drama moments is probably the death of Christopher Eccleston's character in Cracker, in I think the 3rd episode of series 2, I suspect, where he's chasing Robert Carlyle down the alleyway. He goes from a supermarket and he chases him down some back alleys into the character's house, Albie's house, and he's stabbed. And it is an absolutely visceral moment, and it's visceral in character terms and emotional terms, and that kind of 10 minutes, the last 10 minutes of that episode, incredibly powerful. So yeah, it's not even episode 3, I think it's episode 2 of that story. I'm probably most proud of, well, 2 things. Probably United, the film we did about the Busby Babes with David Tennant, which James Strong directed, because we screened that for the families and the relatives of, and the survivors of people from the Munich air crash, and that was an emotional day, and people from there said that we'd done them proud, and that meant a lot. And then of original material, then I'm really proud of Broadchurch, because I wrote it for myself, and I just had the most amazing time making it. We had such an amazing team on that show who worked so hard and were so joyous, and we were really proud of that show before it went out. And then when it went out, something happened that I still don't know what it was, and will never know. I'm incredibly grateful for it, and it was a real delight seeing a story that I'd thought up. People engaged with it, and people cared about the ending, and that was really delightful and bewildering and humbling, and kind of reminded me why I do the job. I suppose any advice I'd give a young writer or an emerging writer is keep going. You know, absolutely persist, because if you're good enough and if you listen to feedback that you're getting and watch and read everything you can and be a delightful presence in the room and great to work with, it's sort of strangely underestimated, but you can still defend your material, you can still work towards what you want and your vision, but also be a great person to work with, because actually, as much as anything, once you've written something on the page, you then have to work with people to see it realised. That's the process of drama, as opposed to other forms of writing. And being a great collaborator and learning how to be a great collaborator will only make you better. I think this festival, it's very energising and it's very inspiring, and to see everyone all in one place, all together, sort of going, feels great. And I think writers, you know, because you lead a solitary existence, really, so writers don't really talk to each other about how each other work. We don't know. I was just in with Sarah Phelps doing a session. I was like, do you have a page count per day that you write to, or what do you do, and what time do you start, and you know, those kinds of things. So on a really basic, mundane level, it's really exciting to hear how people work. and then also what people's aspirations are, and how they've made things good, how people have failed honourably. It's great to share the war stories, it's great to share the success stories, and it's great to feel it's a really extraordinary time for drama at the moment. I think we're all really lucky, and it's lovely to be able to come together and go, oh, where are we going next? What are we doing after this? And that's really, really exciting. Great characters in thrilling, funny, entertaining, emotional situations. It will be about people.